Greetings, my people. Welcome and a very warm welcome once again to my channel. I would like to use this opportunity to say a very big thank you to my new subscribers for acknowledging my hard work and supporting my efforts. As for my returning subscribers, those that have been there with me from the onset of the creation of this channel 3 to 4 months ago, I would like to say a very big thank you to you as well and a very big warm welcome. If this is your first time tuning into this particular channel, a very warm welcome to you all once again. And my name is Biwari Kikum Staka NZ. This channel was originally created to showcase to you the best of the best high quality, which is different from high premium silver collectibles, silver bullion coins, past, present, and future coins struck by means from all over the world. However, looking at the state of our world today and looking at the immense knowledge that I command and I have at my disposal, it is not enough to just sit back and keep quiet, and for that reason I have decided to advance this channel to include topics like finance, financial investment, world politics and geopolitics, world money, currencies, and other topics that will help shape the lives of the poor masses like you and I in the lower echelon. Today's topic, we will be looking at a very sensitive and controversial topic. So if you are the kind of person who doesn't like to listen to the ultimate reality of what is going on in the world around us today, you can decide to skip this particular video and wait for another of my spectacular coin showcasing videos. Yeah, thank you for that if you do not mind. We will be covering a particular topic today titled Navigating Through the Power, Financial and Cyber Grid Collapse. And with that, let us dive on in. Alright, towards the end of my second financial geopolitical video, which I released in December of last year, which was very well received. I'm looking at the comment section, and a subscriber told me to do what is called like a follow-up video, because I made mention towards the end that I read on Reuters that the state of Israel led 10 countries simulation of a major cyber attack on the global financial system, which they said it was an attempt to increase cooperation that could help to minimize any potential damage to financial markets and banks. Yeah, so that was the statement I made was the last part of the second financial geopolitical video, which I didn't want to make too long, so I just cut it there. And one of my subscribers said I should do he would like to hear the analysis of this cyber attack. So yes, here it is now. I have decided to take my time to do some little bit of research and to put up a video. All right, this is a very serious phenomenon, this cyber attack that we are looking at, which we should pay careful attention to. The reason why I say this is because in 2019, the World Economic Forum and their group of elite class psychopaths came together to discuss a possible event of a Poison 19 bioterrorism attack on the world. Notwithstanding that they did a drill on it, yes, they actually did a drill on it, and then the following year in 2020, we just walked straight right into a Poison 19 biotrap squam gimmick. So yeah, that is what happened. So now I am raising a big alarm with regards to this particular cyber event, which has been prophesied by the commander-in-chief of armed forces of the World Economic Forum, who is none other than Klaus Schwab, who said in his statement, if you have watched any of his World Economic Forum video, he said in a particular statement, and listen as I quote directly to you guys what he said. So in quote, he said, "Pay insufficient attention to the frightening scenario of a comprehensive cyber attack, which will bring to a complete halt to the power supply, transportation, hospital services, our society as a whole, and this Poison 19 bioterrorist attack would be seen as a small disturbance in comparison to a major cyber attack. Quote ended. So that was what he said, and I will requote that again for you guys to hear. Again, he said in quote, "Pay insufficient attention to the frightening scenario of a comprehensive cyber attack, which will bring to a complete halt to the power supply, transportation, hospital services, our society as a whole, today's Poison 19 terrorist attack, aka, you know what I mean when I say Poison 19 bioterrorist attack. Anyways, would be seen as a small disturbance in comparison to the major cyber attack." Quote ended. So this was what he quoted in one of his interviews, and this is quite interesting, and it baffles me that this is what a world leader has actually uttered with his mouth. And you tell me why I shouldn't take it seriously, because he is a world leader. He is allowed to utter such kind of statement and get away with it. I mean, imagine if this particular statement was uttered by just a normal human being or non-individual on social media, and that individual happens to be living in any of the Middle Eastern countries such as Saudi Arabia or the UAE. I can bet you, trust me, I can bet you that unknown individual will be tracked. He will be arrested with immediate alacrity. Probably he will be beaten up and imprisoned, and will be forced to confess where he got such terrorizing information from. And such individual might even be at risk of even being hung to death because of such statement. But this is the world we live in today, that those in higher authority have managed to brainwash the public, and they see it as a normal threat, or let me say as a normal statement, which is quite disturbing. Every critical thinking mortal man and every critical thinking mortal woman knows that this particular Poison 19 shenanigan that we are facing is definitely a planned event, regardless of which religion or which race you are from, which nationality, which social status you have, the gender you belong to. And from my knowledge, I mean, it doesn't matter, because from my own particular knowledge, I know that the creation of Allah, the God Almighty, is perfect. And these creations of Allah, be it the moon, the sun, the skies, the trees, even the little microorganisms that you can see with your naked eyes, the mountains, the waves in the ocean, all of these creatures all prostrate and glorify the name of Allah in one way or another, which we do not see. And nature will never be so cruel as to unleash a Poison 19 attack on the whole of humanity all at once and at the same time. It is impossible, because I know that if the Almighty God, if Allah wants to punish or send his punishment on a nation, be it through earthquakes, through tsunami, through tornado, those natural disasters, they do not hit the whole world at the same time and at a particular frequency. I mean, it doesn't hit the whole world and it doesn't ravage the whole entire world at the same time all at once. No. A particular disaster, from the teaching that I have understood, is being sent to a particular nation at a destined time, so that the neighboring countries around will take heed and either to repent or change their ways. So if you are telling me that the creation of the Almighty, be it lightning, thunderstorm, tornadoes, typhoon, all of these can ravage the whole world all at the same time, at the same exact time, I mean, it is utter nonsense. It is ridiculous. It doesn't happen. Now it is no longer a conspiracy anymore, but indeed a big fact in respect to the frightening scenario which your friend Klaus Schwab has already stated. I mean, if you are watching this particular video and you think that I'm being a conspiracy theorist, please drop me a comment in the comment section below and let me know why, and let me know what your thinking process is. And yeah, I would love to have a dialogue with you in the comment section. Thank you. All right, I'll be giving possible events on how this great collapse will occur, what will be taken down, that is the most important thing that you need to know, and most importantly, how we can best prepare ourselves to what's it called, how we can prepare ourselves for the unfortunate inevitable event, how to defend ourselves or how to bulletproof ourselves from unfortunate inevitable events. The first collapse I want to touch upon is the one which I discovered in the Reuters news, which is the simulated attacks on the banks. I believe that this will be a planned and systematic event to move the masses, the heedless masses, from paper fiat currency system to the CBDC, which stands for the central bank digital currency system, which will only be controlled by governments all over the world. And most importantly, it will be a universal currency. In other words, a universal currency whereby Joe and Janet living in America, somewhere in California in the United States, can travel here to New Zealand and spend that same CBDC currency without having to go through any money changers to convert their toilet paper US dollars to our New Zealand toilet paper dollars here that we have. Yeah, that is one of their major plans, if I'm not decoding wrong. That aspect of banking and finance, the money changer and your exchange rate will no longer cease to exist from what I'm seeing from my analysis. If I am to tread on the side of caution with my predictions and analysis, I am to advise, but let me do a disclaimer. Please note that this is not a financial advice, but please do your own research and do your own critical thinking by yourself. Don't let anybody think for you. You have your own brain. The initial stages of cyber attack on the banks will be, we will see, let me say, a massive run on the banks as people will scramble to get to the ATM to withdraw their currencies. But you need to take note that all over the world, that banks, or for you to withdraw money from the banks, that bank withdrawals do have a limit to how much you can withdraw. Whether it is your own money or not, it doesn't matter. I mean, you are already a slave to the slave master, or to the bank. Yeah, the bank, they have full authority over your own hard-earned money. So yes, they do have a limit to which you can withdraw, which is insane. Anyways, people will head to their local banks if it is on a weekday to demand their currencies, but by then it would have been too late, as the excuse that they will be giving is that, oh, our systems have been hacked, our systems are down, you cannot withdraw your money. No matter how much you shout, you rant, they will tell you, oh, sorry, that we can't do anything, we have been attacked. So how do we combat this kind of scenario, this type of frightening scenario? Or how do we dodge this type of bullet coming our way? The main thing to do is to start keeping yourself as liquid as possible. I've given this advice in my first financial investment video, which I did, so you have to go and look upon it. Yeah, you have to keep yourself as liquid as possible. That will help you to survive for up to 6 months at minimum before the final transition into whichever currency they want us to transition to, or until everything returns back to normal, if we don't end up in another new abnormal. I'm not saying new normal, because those are all lies and people with PhD in deception telling us new normal. What I call it is the new abnormal. All right, moving to the second collapse that I want to touch upon is a statement I extracted carefully from Klaus Schwab's statement, which I anticipate will be another form of poison, one named bioweaponry, biomachinery, but on the internet system this time around. We can call it, let's say, a cyber squamgemic, whereby a poison is unleashed that attacks and kills every single data file that we have on the internet system, leaving our critical data to be lost. As Carl Schwab has said, it will grind everything to a complete halt. Yeah, so take note of that statement. It will grind everything to a complete halt. Anyways, the best advice and the best defense I can give you all is that, starting from all of you who have medical records stored in a cloud-based system of your local hospital, be it your dentist, your physio, your general pediatrician, I believe it will be wise, after listening to this video, to go to your local hospitals and request for a hard copy of all your medical history and store it in a safe place under your bed or something. If you run a business, a small business, or even a big business, but if you run a particular business, big or small, be it a restaurant owner or a chef, engineering, design firm, and you hold all your sensitive and important documents, such as, let me say, your food secret recipes, your product design patents, and so on a cloud-based system, which are actually crucial to the success of your business. If those documents that you have are crucial to your business, you might want to rethink downloading and printing off those highly classified documents after this video. Get them in a hard copy format and store them in a vault or safe under your bed. Yeah, just in case if an internet poison is being unleashed, that goes about wiping out critical internet data out of existence. So it is better for us to have some critical files which have been printed out and stored away for future reference use, if you are indeed wise. All right, before I go into the third and final event, please kindly do me a favor. I want to ask a massive favor. Smash that like button for me if you are enjoying what you are hearing, as the YouTube algorithm does pick this up and recommend this video to lots of people that are actually unaware that we have a raging, blazing furnace, or a raging war, or an arrow or bullet flying to hit us. Some of them are unaware. So with your like button, you can send this particular video to many people for them to get in touch with and get aware of what is really happening in our world today. And if you are a returning viewer, if you like to listen to things like this and you haven't given me your full allegiance, please kindly pledge your allegiance and smash that subscribe button. It does help to sustain this channel and keep us from going extinct, looking at the amount of research and hard work that we are doing. So thank you very much as you smash that subscribe button. Unless okay, all right. The third and final collapse, which I will be touching upon, will be the total collapse that includes the power grid system in combination with other types of collapse previously mentioned, which will affect food processing and food supplies, all forms of electrical appliance usage at homes and industries, such as lighting, heating and cooling, cooking, pumping of water from ground floor to those living at the upper level of apartment, and much more grinding, as your grandfather Carl Schwab has already warned us about in his World Economic Forum interviews. The most important question is, how do we set up ourselves to evade such type of ambush awaiting us on the highway? I will be touching on solutions for both the rich and the poor, starting with those who are rich and have money, or let me correct myself there if you don't mind, my apologies. I will be starting with solutions with the poor actually first, because I do align myself closely with the poor masses. So accept my humble apologies, my humble and my sincere apologies for that. Number one is if you live in the cities and you rent probably a studio in the high-rise buildings in the CBD, in the Central Business District. Well, I believe most of the poor masses, that is where they rent, that is where they actually live. Most of them, they live in all these high-rise buildings in the CBD because most of them do work for firms in the CBD, all these big multinational firms. So those are the people that I suspect that will be living in high-rise buildings and apartments, even nurses and some other professions. I believe the CBD is like the most dangerous place to actually stay or to live in because in an advent of a major crisis, um, yeah, I believe those areas will be mostly affected. So I believe that it will be wise for you to move to a less dense locations. But many will say and many will argue with me that due to the ease of commuting to work, as many men and women, they do work in the CBD. So living in the high-rise buildings is mostly convenient for them in terms of commuting to work, in terms of access to grocery stores and stuff located in the CBD. It is a much more convenient way of life for them. Well, I do not dispute that. I do not argue with that. I sincerely acknowledge that. But it means that your line of defense would be much more critical, as you will need to have probably stored up food in your pantry. I would say non-perishable food items in your pantry, and also you should have had lots of bottled water stacked up somewhere in your apartment just in case of the worst scenario or maybe worst case event happens. So that is the only way that I know that you can actually bulletproof yourself from any major event that will happen if you are stuck in the CBD. I don't want to go into the American style of that you should have your ammo or your silver bullet and stuff. That would be a topic for another day, or maybe whenever I have the chance to do a live stream and have some group of people come to discuss and have fun. But for now, I'll just stick to the main point. All right. As for the advice, as for my final advice for those who are well off, those who have money, or let me say, the final advice, which can be specific to those that have huge amount of funds to undertake such action that I will be implementing or I will be advising, as well as those who have the capacity and capability to make such move. This advice leans towards attaining self-sufficiency. As from my knowledge and from the teachings that I have acquired over a long period of time, the Antichrist, the Dajjal, aka Antichrist, I've been taught that he's going to touch every single town and every single city. But the teaching never taught us that he was going to touch the villages. So the best option to combat any potential cyber attack or great takedown will be for you guys who are well off or who have the capacity to take some sheep and some goats, some cattle, and move towards the countryside, preferable to mountainsides where rain falls. As advised in my as I advised in my first financial video, that forming a strong community or forming strong communities will be key to survival in these strange times. Be it your Christian community or building a small Christian village, or you can have your Muslim village or your Hindu village as well, but building a community where dependency is phased out away from the arms of government and sufficiency is maintained by the structure and principles built by the people of that village or community. So I believe that is one of the best line of defense against these atrocities that will be coming our way. So therefore, our business will be to be moving towards the countryside. That should be what our aim should be, to move with immediate effect to the countryside, and to detach ourselves from the system, this current system that we have, and to detach ourselves from their systematic, organized dependency way of life, which they have hooked the whole humanity and mankind on. Yes, they have hooked us in this lifestyle of being dependency on the government, not only government, on Google, on internet, and so on and so forth. So yeah, that is the best advice that I can offer with the best of my knowledge. If you have the capacity, if you have the capability, if you have the influence to gather a bunch of people or group of people to undertake such challenge, to not be easy moving towards the countryside, but once you have established a stronghold in the villages, I believe the living there will be much more peaceful than the troubles that we are going through in this time. Anyways, that is all I have for you guys in this third non-coin showcasing video. The next topic I may decide to touch up on, I believe it should be titled The Introduction of Witchcraft Engineering and the Development of Teleportation Machine in the Modern Day Era. Yeah, you guys should stay tuned to that particular topic, because I believe that that topic will really touch on some knowledge which most people don't really know about in terms of engineering, in terms of weather control. It will touch about some aspects of prophecies and some religions and some bits of knowledge which is quite interesting. And yes, I believe that very soon, from my knowledge and from what I've decoded, teleportation machine won't be far off to be acquired here in the world. So yes, kindly stay tuned to that topic. It will be quite an interesting one. And before I sign off, I would like to say a very big thank you to each and every one of you for viewing yet again another of my video, for taking the time to listen. And last time I did say my parting word, but this time around I said let me not say the parting word, or let me not bring up another parting word. But yeah, all I want to say is just a very big thank you before I round up, to each and every one of you for spending time to watch yet another of my video. I believe that you have enjoyed my rant and the word of wisdom. And yeah, I will endeavor to make more of these videos often, in as much as the foundations of this channel is mostly this, and I'm sure that you guys are enjoying whatever you have been seeing. Anyways, if you have any concerns to the video, any thing that you want to add, anything of interest, if you want to dialogue, if you want to argue with me, if you don't agree with me, leave me a comment in the comment section below, and I'll definitely endeavor to respond to your comments. And yeah, with that, I want to say a very big thank you to each and every one of you. And with that, I sign out by saying a very big thank you to you. Please do not forget, smash that like button for me. And also, if you are watching this for the first time, your subscription is needed to keep me in existence, to keep this channel afloat. And with that, I want to say a very big thank you to you. And I will see you in my next video. Thank you.